Hello and welcome to the Backlog Odyssey. I'm Patrick, and this time around we're taking a look at a game that'll bury you 6 feet under quicker than an undertaker with an agenda, Graveyard Keeper. Developed by Lazy Bear Games and published by TinyBuild, Graveyard Keeper was originally released for the PC mid-2018, with an Xbox One release not too far behind. On the surface, Graveyard Keeper falls in line with a lot of other sim-focused RPGs, where you have to learn skills, manage energy levels, and craft absolutely everything under the sun. Graveyard Keeper, on the other hand, takes a little bit of a darker turn in that one of its main tasks is to manage a graveyard and morgue. Now, while that doesn't seem very dark in and of itself, one of the first tasks you are taught to do is, are you ready for this? Take the quote-unquote meat from the bodies and sell it to the local tavern keeper. Yeah. And that's not the only morbid duty you'll be tasked with either. The game is filled with quests and experiences that'll make you question your own moral fiber. For the most part though, the game consists of you doing menial tasks like gathering materials, crafting weapons and armor, building structures, growing vegetables, completing quests for the townsfolk, tending the graveyard, fighting in the dungeon. Oh, and did I mention the plethora of unending things this game has you do? I've played my fair share of sim RPGs before, but this game literally buries you in crap to do, outside of the whole cannibalism gravekeeping thing. Luckily, you aren't really on any kind of timer for completing these tasks. There's a little calendar wheel thing that will kind of tell you what day of the week it is, so to speak. But really, if a character gives you a quest, you can complete it on day 1 or day 100, and it makes no difference. The graphics are very RPG Maker, but that's not exactly a bad thing either. I think it suits the gameplay style. Everything is easily identified and almost adorable given half the weird stuff that's going on in this game. I will say the accompanying sounds that go with each character's dialogue are the most unique thing I've ever heard. And thankfully, your conversations with most of the townsfolk are pretty short, because that loses its novelty pretty dang fast. All in all, Graveyard Keeper is pretty fun and very entertaining, but there are definitely a few glaring differences I wouldn't mind seeing fixed sometime. The first major one being that while you're piled with tasks and quests, you're not given so much as a whisper of a tutorial on how to do most things. You get the whole graveyard keeping tutorial at the beginning, and a few panels here and there about the basics, but getting further into the game where you start getting into things like embalming and alchemy, absolutely nothing. I had to Google how to do many of the things you're tasked with, and just based on Steam's message boards, I'd say I'm not alone. Another complaint would be with transporting materials. Most of it can be done by just putting items in your pocket, which is pretty standard fare, but some of it has to be carried in large chunks, one at a time. So while carrying them short distances is perfectly fine, having to carry them many more times that is not. Give me a dang cart or something. But honestly, despite these problems, the game is super fun, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't play these types of games very often, as I find they get boring and repetitive really quickly, but this one has so much stuff to keep you going that the tasks don't even get a chance to become monotonous. There's enough witch burning and talking donkeys to keep anyone entertained. So what's your opinion of Graveyard Keeper? Let me know way down there in the comments. If you like gaming shenanigans, including all of my written reviews, then be sure to check out the Backlog Odyssey website. Link will be in the description. You can also find me on Twitter at Backlog Odyssey and Instagram at The Backlog Odyssey to stay up to date with when we publish new content. Until next time, folks, I'm Patrick, and this is the Backlog Odyssey. Have a good one.